The Seven Dwarfs and Their New Friends. The heat of the afternoon sun begins to fade as the seven dwarfs finish their long day in the mines. They march along the forest path, swinging their pickaxes over their shoulders, feeling excited to return home to Snow White. Their voices ring out as they sing, "Hi ho, it's home from work we go." Snow White greets the seven dwarfs with a bright smile. "Welcome home, my dear friends," she says kindly. "I have a special idea. Would you like to take a trip with me to the magical forest of Learn and meet my new friends?" "Oh, yes," they exclaim. "That sounds wonderful." Well, except Grumpy. He wasn't sure. The seven dwarfs and Snow White arrive at the tiny train station nestled between tall trees. A cheerful train arrives, and they climb aboard as the train whistles and begins its journey. Chugga chugga, chugga chugga, choo choo. Through rolling hills and winding valleys, the train travels deeper into the enchanted forest. The dwarves gaze at the wonders and sounds of songbirds that fill the air, and fluffy white rabbits hop through the meadows. The trees seem to hum a soft melody as the train rolls along the track. Doc studied everything. Bashful was just so happy to be near Snow White, and Sleepy fell fast asleep. When they arrive, a wise owl with golden feathers sits on a high branch above them. "It's such a pleasure to see you again, Snow White, and I see you've brought some company with you." "These are my wonderful new friends, Wise Owl, and they'd like to meet all my other friends." "You know you're very welcome here, Snow White, you and your friends," said Wise Owl. "Please introduce them to me." "These are the seven dwarfs, Mr. Owl. There's Doc and Sneezy and Bashful and Sleepy and Dopey and Happy, and back there, well, that's Grumpy." Oliver the Owl nods at each, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. Sneezy, Sleepy, and Dopey head to the small forest. Sneezy enjoys the company of a bear cub because he doesn't make him sneeze at all. Sleepy finds a gentle deer and rests along its soft side, dozing peacefully. Dopey, full of curiosity, becomes fascinated by a large boulder, tapping on it and giggling as it makes a hollow sound. Bashful peeks around a hedge and spots a shy little bunny, just as timid as he is. Doc enjoys a deep conversation with a giant rabbit, discussing the wonders of the forest. And Happy spends the afternoon telling jokes with Oliver the Owl, laughing so much that his belly shakes. Grumpy sat alone on a bench in the forest, grumbling, until along came a hedgehog with a prickly personality, and they got along just fine. As the sky turns golden with the setting sun, Snow White calls to her friends, "It's time to go home." The seven dwarfs wave goodbye to their forest friends and head back to the train station. They board the train once more, settling as the train begins its journey home. Through the darkening forest, the train rolls in. The stars twinkle above, and the moon shines softly over the hills. At last, the train arrives back at the station, and guided by the light of a lantern, they find their way back over the bridge to their forest home. The seven dwarfs step off, yawning and stretching, as they make their way through the doors of their cozy cottage, making their way into bed, crawling under the covers, and dreaming of all the wonderful friends they met on the magical day.